Welcome back, savages, to another video. So what do all three of these Remington Quick Cut hair clippers got in common? Well, the batteries are dead on all of them. So normally what will happen with these Remington Quick Cuts is you'll be using them and they'll be great for a certain time period, but then after a while the battery starts playing up. So then what happens is you'll be using it one day and it'll come on for about 3 seconds and then it eventually just starts going off. And even if you got it on a full charge, it'll just never work again. So if you actually dismantle this unit, you'll find there is a battery in there and it's soldered onto the board itself. And it could be replaced, but it's normally not something the average person will want to do. So I guess what Remington presume is, once the battery's dead, you'll just want to ditch this and just go ahead and buy another one. So after buying several of these over the years, obviously they always break down just outside of warranty, so there's nothing you can do. The old ones work perfectly fine if you actually have them connected to a mains cable. So anyway, I've had enough. I'm not going to be buying any more of these Remington Quick Cuts. I'm going to be using the existing ones, but with a hack. So stay tuned. So one of the first things you can do if it's got that problem where it doesn't stop and start is basically clean all this out. I mean, you would normally do that after you've used it anyway, but what happens is sometimes you can get a hair stuck in between. And the way you can do that is just basically undo these two screws here and just give it a thorough clean and put it back together. That's tip number one. Tip number two, it normally comes with a small portion of oil. Just basically put that over the blades just here and on the back, and that should normally get it working as well. So if both of those still don't work and the battery's completely dead, obviously you can still carry on using this when it's plugged into the mains using its adapter, but then you can't use it portably like most people would like to use it. So here's a hack on how to get around that. First thing you're going to need is a power bank. Now I've got this one, I've actually reviewed this one in a previous video, and the good thing about this, which is better than most battery banks, is when you press it, it gives you the amount of percentage still left on charge. And at the moment I've got it on 100%. The second thing you're going to need is one of these, and this is basically a USB to Remington converter cable. So what you can do is essentially plug the USB end into your power bank, like that. Other end goes into the Remington, like so, and it'll actually start flashing as if it's going to be charging that. Now we know it's got a dead battery, so we're not really bothered about it charging, but at least this gives you a hands-free option to be able to put this on. So let's just put it on, and there you go. It's got full power and it's working great, and it hasn't stopped working after a few seconds like it did before. So there you go, that's all you need to do. So the beauty of this particular power bank, it does have an indicator showing you the exact percentage of battery left. So you don't want to be halfway through a haircut and then have it completely go flat on you. So there you go, savages, nice workaround. Now the cable itself is a good 1.5 meters, so you could just have this in your pocket while you're using this. And the cable connected to it isn't much of an obstruction because of the shape of this, you can get all around. But the good thing is you're not tied to a main socket when you're using this, and you're back to using this portably. So I'll leave a link in the description to both the power bank and this particular converter cable. I tried a couple of different converter cables. Some of them don't quite work, but this particular one definitely works, and I've tried it on all three of these faulty ones here and it worked great on all of them. So there you go, savages, a nice little hack for when you've got a Remington Quick Cut hair clipper with a dead battery, how to keep it going portably without having to buy a new one every time the battery goes dead. So there you go. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you savages on the next one.